Okay, part 2 of the coolster Chinese ATV bushing replacement and the problem that I had. If you remember from the first video, we were real loose and whopped out. I found these, like I said, I found these automotive style bushings, and it worked out good because the hole, it's almost a press fit in there. You gotta kind of push it in there, but it's the right size to fit in there, so that's why I chose that. The problem is that, okay, so after you, this is what needs to come out. So you take your pliers and you put it in there, and then this comes out, and there's the bushing in the tube, and there's also a bushing on the other side that you can just take your pliers there and pull it out, so you expose the hole. So the problem is that even though this bushing is the right diameter, the inner diameter for the bolt, it's too big to fit down inside of that tube. So my solution to that is just to take a bolt that was the same size as the hole of this, and I just threaded a nut on there so that it would be tight. And then after I got it tight, you can just take a regular bench grinder, and that's all I did. Is I just stood here and as it was going, I would rotate it around and grind down that radius, and you can see all the red all over, but I was grinding that radius down till it got small enough till I was down to this size, and then that pops right down in there. You just tap that with a hammer, rubber mallet till you're flush with there. And you do the same thing on the other side, and so you grind all 8 of them down so they can fit down in that hole, and then you can put your bolts back. One of the things that I was concerned with when I did the first side is I was concerned that eventually this would work its way down through there. So what I did is I took the original bar that went through there that was whopped out, and I cut it down so that once I put my bushing on the top and I put my bushing on the bottom, you know, it'd come down to about there on both sides. I cut this off so that it would fit down in between there after I put the bolt in there, which would make it as a backing plate, sort of, to keep those bushings from pushing down in there too far. And so what you're going to want to do is there's 2 on there, you're going to want to do 2 on the other ones, and also top and the bottom of the knuckle, and also this top one here. The bottom one seemed to be I replaced, you know, you could probably replace all of them, but I just replaced the 8 that I could. I replaced these 2, top and bottom of here, and then the top of here, and that seemed to be tight. And I'm going to show you right now the end result after you get this, after you grind that down. You know, if there was a better way to do this, if you had a better way to grind that down, you know, if you had maybe a hole punch saw the right size that you could just drill it down, that would be fine. But I didn't want to compromise the inner hole, the inner diameter for that bolt. So I'll show you after I got all these cut out and put back together. I'll show you what the other side looks like. It's all done, and how nice and tight it is. All right, this is the completed assembly on the left side. So I put those rubber bushings here on the inside of the steering knuckle and on top of the A-arms on both sides. And before, when you grab a hold of the wheel and you yank it back and forth, all of these components would whop back and forth. But as you can see, when I move this back and forth, they're all nice and tight. They're all nice and tight, and they're not moving. So as of right now, all of these bushings seem to be doing their job. We'll know down the line a little further if they wear out a little fast. But as of right now, I've fixed the problem of all the loose steering components in the shock assembly. This is the dampening rate of that shock assembly that we replaced. And you can see how everything moves nice and fluid, and there's no play anywhere in any of the steering components. So hopefully this helps you out. This is a trial and error from me and what I've learned and what I've come up with as a solution to fix the problem on these front steering of these Chinese four-wheelers. So hopefully this video is helpful, and thanks for watching.